Good morning folks, welcome to the channel, a free speech one again. So I'm going to be talking to you about Kellie-Jay Keen, also known as Posey Parker on YouTube. And if you don't know about her, you can look her up. I'm not going to go into a big background about her, but she's like a feminist and that, right? I'm not overly on board with a whole bunch of like new age feminist ideas, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that she had a phone call in which she recorded that's actually quite funny from the police, and they wanted to invite her for a voluntary interview regarding some tweets that she put out, and they were along the lines of that Islam should be removed from all sort of institutions and things like that. It was basically along those lines, anti-Islam stuff, right? But she wasn't targeting any individual. She wasn't encouraging violence. She was just laying into the ideas of Islam and saying that basically it had no place in our society. And I 100% agree with her. But the police chose, the guy actually said that, oh, we've received a complaint. He basically, it's the same bullshit they spout where they say, oh, right, somebody's feelings have been hurt, and she actually was like that in the phone call, right? So somebody's got hurt feelings. It's not necessarily a criminal thing. It's just that somebody's had their feelings hurt, and you guys have got to investigate it and all that. And the whole voluntary interview thing, right? I don't know if we have it here in Scotland, right? We have it in England. It's not really voluntary. If you refuse to go, you probably are looking at an arrest at some point. Do you know what I mean? So it's not voluntary. Do you know what I mean? They're inviting you in for a fishing exercise for you to say something dumb that you can use to incriminate you, even though you've not done anything criminal. But she said she wasn't going to go, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there, right? But I think if she's a member of the Free Speech Union, or if she's not, she should probably consider joining them. Do you know what I mean? And I think they'd be able to help her out, because it seems like, I don't believe anything that she said was in any way crossed a criminal threshold, because she wasn't targeting individuals. She was very much laying into the ideas of Islam, but that's protected under free speech. That is protected under free speech. We don't have blasphemy laws here in the UK. You can't be jailed or criminally prosecuted for criticising a religion, even if it is the brown man's religion, and the brown man are at the moment a minority, but very, very quickly are going to be the majority in around about 40, 50, 60 years or so, according to one demographic study that I keep banging on about. 2066, that's the date, folks, where chalcopyrite, white, gammon will be a minority in his homeland. But anyway, right, I'm not going to bang on about that one again, but the police have been told, you stop being woke, stop the whole non-crime hate incidents, right? But it doesn't matter, they're still going for it. They're still fucking harassing people and spending time and resources trying to get people for speech that's non-threatening, not targeting individuals, not calling for direct violence, not calling for violence, but severely criticising Islam. And if you do that, you've had your fucking chips. You're done for. Do you know what I mean? If it was criticising Christianity, this wouldn't happen, right? You could put on a fucking play and a pantomime having Jesus fucking in riding a unicorn as gay as fuck and all that, right? Fucking dildo up his bum and all that, do you know what I mean? Jesus, you could make fun of him, right? You could legit make a play, right, of Jesus being the gayest character ever, right? Nothing would happen to you. Nobody would care. Some people might not like it, but nothing would happen to you. Do the same for Mohammed and see what happens. See what happens. This shit has got to stop, and it doesn't appear that the police are changing their ways, no matter how badly they're perceived by the public or how much distrust they have, right? It doesn't matter, right? They can beat the shit out of you, right? And then justify it later by saying, oh, you walked towards them in a manner that they found threatening. You raised your voice a few octaves, and they found that was threatening, and they feared for their safety. So you fucking smashed your knee in with a baton, and now you're crippled for the rest of your life. This is the way society's gone, people, and I don't know what we do about this. I think that woman was right, though. We need to find some way, a peaceful way, of having all Muslims removed from positions of authority. But I don't know how that's going to be possible. We're in too deep now, guys. It should never have been allowed to happen in the first place, and now that it has happened, I don't see how this can be reversed. Anyway, if you've got any comments, leave them for me. Thanks for watching.